Election day is here. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump making their closing arguments during midnight rallies.
Millions of people will cast their ballots. We're just 30 minutes away from polls opening across the tri-state.
Eyewitness News has live team coverage throughout the morning. We will kick it off in just a moment.
But first, you're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Meteorologist Bill Evans.
Well, good morning, everybody. On this election day, we are going to be looking at what is some perfect weather for polling. No doubt about it. Here we go. We start out 43 degrees, clear skies, north wind at 5. We're looking at sunshine, cool and crisp this morning. A west-southwest wind today. It'll be sun and mild and beautiful this afternoon. Will warm into the mid-60s. Weather and traffic together every 7 minutes. How about some perfect traffic this morning?
Well, I can't do that for you.
No.
But the 2 and the 5 trains, we have fire department activity. 8 trains, you do have some switching problems. And then we also have this accident, 287 South, local lanes right near exit 17. Multi-tractor trailers involved, local lanes closed. Use those express lanes. So we're going to find a lot of closures around Midtown today. So we're going to talk about those closures. The first one we'll talk about here is the Hilton. So you'll find 54th and 53rd Streets closed between 7th and 6th Avenue, and 55th will be closed down between 6th and 5th. There will also be closures on the west side at the Javits Center. So 34th Street is closed down between West Street and 11th Avenue. Then you have those possible closures between 11th Avenue and 10th Avenue, and then 11th Avenue between 40th Street and 34th Street. Let's go right over here and talk to you about what's happening here. You can see we do have this little bit of a delay for you as you go onto the Van Wyck Expressway. New Jersey Transit, Long Island Railroad, Metro North doing okay, and the LIE West right near exit 43, accident being cleared. Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended, but the metered rules are in effect. Ken, over to you.
Heather, thank you. At 5:31, the world is watching this morning as Americans cast ballots for Election Day. Tonight, we should know who our next president will be. The first polls to open in the country have already closed. In an annual tradition, the people of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire voted after midnight, with the majority voting for Hillary Clinton. There was even a surprise write-in for Republican nominee Mitt Romney. Clinton will vote in Chappaqua about 6:30 this morning. Donald Trump is expected to vote at a school in Manhattan at 10 a.m. We begin our team coverage with Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis. He's live in Chappaqua. Marcus.
And Ken, today could be the biggest day of Hillary Clinton's life, so not a lot of downtime. The end of a long 19-month campaign was a virtual around-the-clock affair. And so the next task at hand is a trip to a polling place where Hillary Clinton will cast her ballot for president. She touched down at Westchester County Airport just a short time ago after 3 a.m. There was a crowd of supporters there for an unofficial rally. Clinton did not address the crowd, but she did thank supporters, posed for some selfies. As we said, it capped a long final day on the campaign trail. The last official campaign stop, that was in Raleigh, North Carolina, a midnight rally where she was joined by Lady Gaga and John Bon Jovi. Bill and Chelsea Clinton taking the stage as well. No shortage of star power on display throughout the day. President Obama was on hand in Philadelphia for what was Clinton's biggest rally during the entire campaign. Bruce Springsteen and John Bon Jovi among those making one last appeal to voters as Clinton hopes to capture the battleground state of Pennsylvania. Clinton urging voters to, quote, reject Donald Trump's dark and divisive vision.
And years from today, when your kids and grandkids ask what you did in 2016 when everything was on the line, you'll be able to say, you voted.
And Clinton is expected to vote in about an hour here in an elementary school in Chappaqua. Then she heads to New York City, where she will await the campaign or the election results. Her campaign headquarters tonight, the Javits Center. And we're live in Chappaqua. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Marcus, thank you. And Donald Trump is in Manhattan. Eyewitness News reporter Drake Clark is live on the east side, where Trump is expected to vote a little later this morning. Drake, good morning.
Good morning, Ken. PS 59 here on the east side is where Donald Trump will cast his vote at around 10 o'clock this morning. And already at this early morning hour, you get a sense that something really important or big is going to happen here, because there are no parking signs up and down the block, police barricades in place, and we've already seen Secret Service agents walking up and down the block. Meanwhile, Donald Trump wrapped up a long day of marathon campaigning in Michigan.
The next president of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Trump campaign says some 18,000 people came out to see him in Grand Rapids, Michigan for his last day, his final event on the campaign trail. Michigan is very important to Trump because even if he wins states like Florida and North Carolina, he still needs to turn a blue state red, and Trump believes Michigan is perhaps his best chance at doing so. Now, Trump began his day in Florida before going to North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and again wrapping up in Michigan. Trump told the crowd he needs their vote to repair a rigged and broken political system and to also keep Hillary Clinton out of the White House.
There is one core question for you to consider. Do you want America to be ruled by the corrupt political class? Or do you want America to be ruled by you, the people? That's what it is, by the people.
And so, again, we're expecting Donald Trump should arrive here at around 10 o'clock this morning. The polls open up at 6 o'clock here in the east side, and for that matter, all across the city. There are already people inside, and we can't show you because of this truck here behind me, unfortunately, but there is a line of people already in place waiting to get inside to cast their vote. So a big day for Donald Trump and a big day for New York City. We're live this morning on the east side. Drake Clark, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Drake, thank you. Police officers are blanketing the city as NYPD braces for both Clinton and Trump holding their Election Day events here.
It's going to be cops covering Midtown. You'll see them on every block. So New Yorkers should feel good about tomorrow, that they're going to be in safe hands.
About 5,000 officers are fanning out across the 5 boroughs today. Counterterrorism officers will also be out in force to avoid any chaos. Many Broadway shows will be dark, as well as the Metropolitan Opera and Carnegie Hall. And getting around Manhattan by car will not be easy. New York State is preparing for any voting problems at polling locations today. Eyewitness News reporter Diana Rocco is live now outside a voting location, Park Slope. Good morning, Diana.
Laurie, good morning. Now less than 30 minutes till polls open here. Polls open around the city this morning at 6 o'clock, and poll workers are already starting to arrive. The message to voters this morning is leave time and be prepared to wait in line. The Board of Elections here in the city is expecting a record turnout, with 3 million people expected to head to the polls today, which would be the largest turnout the city has seen. However, New York State Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is bracing for Election Day chaos, saying after all the problems we saw during April's primary, he is expecting some today. Schneiderman says the Board of Elections is the problem here. The April primary saw broken voting machines, closed precincts, and the board purging tens of thousands of voters from its rolls. Since then, a judge has ruled that any voter who is not on the rolls but believes he or she is registered to vote will be allowed to cast an affidavit ballot. So if there are problems at your polling place today, there is a hotline that you can call if you encounter any problems. The Attorney General's hotline number is 1-800-771-7755. And of course, there is also an email there that you can use. We will have a link to this on our website if you need to access this information at a later time. You can just go to our website, ABC7NY. Now, the mayor is expected here at 9:30 to cast his vote, and we will be here for that. We're live in Park Slope, Brooklyn this morning. I'm Diana Rocco, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Diana, thank you. And for a closer look at polling places and street closures, head to our website, ABC7NY. Eyewitness News and ABC News will begin our special election coverage at 7 p.m. tonight. You can watch us on any device. For real-time election results, check out our free ABC7NY app. We'll also send alerts on our mobile devices for any big developments.
You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather traveling together here on Eyewitness News this morning. A very fine news broadcast. This is our camera looking from Times Square South. And we're looking at some great weather today. It's cool, it's crisp this morning. Grab the jackets and sweaters and things. It's 43 by 6 o'clock to 45 by 8 o'clock. We can see we got a lot of sunshine today. We got a wind going southwest, so it warms up to 60 degrees by lunchtime. If you're voting at lunchtime or the afternoon, the temperature's in the mid-60s. Even voting this evening, clear skies and gorgeous weather. Temperature still in the upper 50s. Dress warmly at the bus stop, kiddos. There you go. Everybody's got a hat on. You need a hat today. hat day. It's going to be a kind of a chilly start with 43 in the city to upper 20s north and west in the suburbs. We'll talk about some rain for tomorrow in your AccuWeather forecast next. Weather driving together every 7 minutes is weather. Then Heather, what do you have going this election day?
Well, the Van Wyck Expressway, as you go onto the southbound side, you have this construction right here on the Belt Parkway. That's causing a pretty heavy delay for you there. And now we'll head right over here and talk to you about what's going on as far as our subways. 2 and 5 trains, fire department activity. 8 trains, you do have some switching problems. New Jersey Transit's doing okay. PATH trains between Newark and the World Trade Center delays. Metro North, Long Island Railroad doing okay. We still have this accident, 287 South, local lanes, exit 17. All local lanes are closed. Hop on those express lanes instead. Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended. Metered rules are in effect. Ken and Lori, over to you.
Thank you, Heather. It's 5:39. Still ahead on this election day. We break down some other important issues on the ballot today.
Plus a deadly push. A woman killed after she is pushed in front of a subway train in Times Square. The suspect quickly taken into custody. Was it a random attack?
And a snake on a plane. No, not the movie. The viral video that's giving viewers chills. Stay with us.